We got a cat right here. She's so excited about what's going on. Not really, but... Alright, this is going to be day 1. Fasted glucose and ketones taking my blood in the morning. Ketones takes a little bit longer. It takes like 10 seconds. And the glucose takes, I don't know, we'll see, maybe like 5 seconds. So 0.3, same as last night. Now I just take this out, stick in for the glucose. Yeah, see, it's quicker. 91. Interesting, right? So you can see the date and time. It's fairly late in the morning. So 11:06 a.m., 91 is my glucose, and 0.3 is my blood ketone levels. I haven't eaten. I got up a couple of hours ago and just hit the ground running. So there we go. Those are our fasted levels, 91 glucose and 0.3 ketones, day 1. All right, guys, here we are, day 1. I'm just going to explain the box to you really quick, and then we're going to go ahead with it. This is a part of a playlist because I made a first video that is explaining about PROLON, explaining how I came to try it. I've done it. This will be my 3rd time. I've done 2 DIY versions, and I put that video out before this one, either the day before, a few days before. So I will link that video, which is the start to this playlist, in the description below, and I'll also link anything that I talked about in that video. So about the doctor who created this, about his book, The Longevity Diet. I also received a coupon code for my clients, and that I'm now sharing with you guys if you do want to get this for yourself, which is Cat Lady Fitness, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But I do suggest going to watch that video that gives you like the rundown, especially if you're not sure about this, if you haven't heard any rundown past those super like Instagram-y kind of, I don't know, sponsored posts or whatever. No offense to them, but that's just not my thing. And that's one of the big reasons I wanted to do this, because I do believe in this. I support it. I've done it myself 3 times. I'm a science nerd about it. And I think it deserves a little more credit. They sell themselves short with, you know, a lot of the promotion stuff, and I just wanted to give you an authentic, kind of more clinical leaning, honest, data-driven experience on this from somebody who's done it a few times, and from somebody who is in the fitness industry as a nutrition specialist. I have a couple of books out there. So yeah, let's make sure this video is not as long as that first one that I still do suggest that you go watch. So please, if you have any questions, make sure to watch that video first, this one in its entirety, and I'll probably put out a 3rd video depending on questions I get if anyone else is curious about this. And also I might even put out a video showing how I did the DIY versions if you are interested in that. So here is the PROLON box 5-day fasting mimicking nutrition program. The Virgo in me loves how they did this because it's great. Everything is explained right here. Check your PROLON kit, make sure everything's in there. It even has these, I forget what they're called, but you know, you do it with your phone camera. Fast with friends. This is, I've done it with a small group of clients before, and that was great because they were online clients, and we hopped on a phone call, but you can also get a free coaching call from the people at PROLON, which I've never done that, but I'm sure that they can help out with that. And I mean, if you're not sure, you could take advantage of that. Super thorough when it comes to the instructions. I suggest that you read all of this. I'm not going to read it with you here, but all of the information you need to know is going to be in this. I mean, you can take a screenshot right here and then read it for yourself if you want to later. I'll flip it around. You can do the same there if you feel like it. And this is the same as this, which is your meal program card. And this is something that I keep out. So it tells you day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. This is 5 days. What I also like that they include is this transition diet suggestions. So what to do basically once it's over. I spoke about that in my last video, how a lot of times with these kind of short-term nutrition programs, because you will not hear me use the word cleanse and you will not hear me use the word detox. I feel like I would have to make a different video talking about why that bothers me so much and why you will not hear me use those words to describe this type of thing. But a lot of them lack this step. And that's really important because if you don't have this step, and I've talked to clients about this, if you don't have a plan, then what are you going to do when it's over? You're going to go back to what you were doing before, which got you to where you were before. You're not going to maintain any progress that you happen to see thus far. This comes in two, I guess you could say, flavor options. There's the original, and there's, I guess they just call it the new one, even though it's been out of quite a while. In trying both, I mean, they're both good, but I just think I remembered liking the original better, so I just went with the original again. Basically, I keep it out this whole time for 5 days. This, sometimes keep out too and just read when I'm bored, just to like remind myself of the things. But besides that, here's what you expect. Each of your days comes in a box like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes with this bottle, and this is for the L drink. It's a drink that you start, I believe, day 2. Yeah, day 2, you start this drink, and that's to help prevent any potential muscle loss or anything like that, which I've never experienced on it. I also do my body fat every day while I'm on it. And if you haven't watched my first video yet, or if you did, just a reminder that I go science nerd about this, because that's just it's what I like. I like data. It's what excites me. I find it also fascinating, and I'm, my #1 experiment, basically. So I have years and years and years of this data. What this is about and what this actually does is worth so much more than simply losing weight, which is going to happen because you're in a caloric deficit for 5 days. And as we're going through this in this video, I'll just take you through how I'm feeling, because it's pretty standard typically with most people, the clients I've suggested to, friends, family, and I believe what they even tell you to expect, probably even in this general information, is day 2, sometimes into day 3, typically tends to be the most difficult for people. You might feel like you have a little bit of a headache. You might feel pretty moody or fatigued, and that's because your body is beginning to shift into using a different substance for fuel. So it's shifting more from the carbohydrates to the fat, which is why you'll see as we take my levels throughout this whole thing, assuming it'll go like the past handful of times I've done this, the ketone levels rise, and fortunately, I've never had any issues with blood sugar or anything like that, so those stay pretty stable. And a side tip, if you are going to take your glucose levels, your blood glucose, try to avoid doing it around 8 a.m. because that is typically when it would tend to spike a little bit due to what's going on metabolically within your body. So you'll see that I will typically try and wait to eat the first meal of this until after 9 or 10 if possible, and I'll take my glucose and my ketones right before that, just to avoid taking it around that 8 o'clock window. One thing that I will say that I'm not a fan of, or that I wish they would change, is sending this every time, because like I said, this is my 3rd time doing this, and they send the box like this every time, and I just wish that they had an option where if you've gotten this once and you don't need this bottle repeatedly, that they don't have to send it. All right, so let me show you what's in day 1 and we'll go from there. Here we go. So in day 1, and what you want to do is double check and make sure that it matches everything that says in day 1 here. So we have 2 of these L bars, which are delicious, you guys. So these aren't the same thing as the fast bars, which I can't remember if I mentioned in this video, but I definitely did in the intro video. The fast bars are also equally delicious, and I was actually a part of the clinical study for the fast bars that I volunteered for, that they use in their marketing to tell you that it is called a fast bar because it metabolically and cellularly in your body measures in the same way that fasting would do when it comes to your ketones and your glucose. That's actually why I have my monitor. They sent it as a part of this study. So I wasn't sure about this. I thought I was going to be getting these bars when I got the fast bars, but I didn't. They're different. They are still delicious, and I'm kind of a foodie. Like, I'm all about it. I'll tell you if something's gross. They are really delicious. My favorite flavor is the nuts and honey. These are a little more fatty, and if you look at the macronutrients, they are a little bit different. They're higher in fat. These are if you like macadamia and honey, let me tell you, these are delicious. And day 1, I believe, from what I recall, is the only day where you get 2 of them, but you do get 1 every day. We got these almond and kale crackers, which I also think are delicious. So we got those, just one of those. You'll get teas every day. So today it is spearmint and lemon. I'm actually gonna, oh, my water's already hot. I need to make this. I'm already like so hungry because I've been filming this stuff and I'm ready to eat something. We have 2 of these supplements, the NR1. It's basically like your multivitamin for the day. And then we have 2 of the, I've always read it. I never actually say it out loud, but algal oil, algal. It's basically like an omega, DHA and omegas. So like a fish oil, but it's not, it's algae. Oh, olives. I love olives, but this is not, this is this chocolate. It's like a Rice Krispie Choco Crisp bar. I believe you get one of these most days. Here are our olives, touch of sea salt, delicious, and our 2 soups. So let's see what flavors we have. Minestrone and tomato. So we got our bar, minestrone, tomato, tea, bar. Yep, so we have everything we need for today. And today is the highest day calorically, being day 1. It's about 1,090 calories, so about 1,100 calories. The macronutrients are split up to about 27 grams protein, 68 grams fat, 93 grams of carbs. And this is the information that I used as well as the actual ingredients when I redid it in my own DIY version. So if you want to see how I did it in that version, just leave a comment below because I'm happy to share. They give you these suggested times to have these meals, but ultimately what matters is that you just don't ever switch foods from day to day. You want to have only the food that is in your box for that day. But when it comes to the actual order of the meals, that's a little bit more lenient. You can, switch the order of things around. So for example, every other day that had has this bar but doesn't have this as a little sweet treat at the end, I would typically wait to have my bar till the end of the day. It worked out just fine, and you'll see through my ketone levels and things, especially when I show you the ones from before in comparison to this one. And honestly, I'll probably make a separate video just showing all of those results as well, an additional video. Having done this before, I can tell you everything tastes really good. I think it does. The soups are surprisingly filling. Oh, we got a kitty. Hi, baby. There's little hacks. There's little things you can do. In the past, I've added some garlic powder or cinnamon or pepper or a little cumin to like the soups. A couple of people I suggested this to actually heated up their L bars to make it more like a warm dessert type thing. I've never done that, but I will eat it with a fork and take little bites because it's just so good and it lasts longer and it is kind of sticky. So that's it. I'm going to check in with you guys at the end of the day when we take my when I take my glucose and my ketones again, and to update you on how I'm feeling. And we will see you then. Just kidding. I wanted to show you guys what this L bar looks like. Oh, it's so good. Wait. It is seriously so good. I mean, I think so. Oh, I didn't even go over with you guys how frequently I've done this. I've basically just done this when I feel sluggish or when I feel like I need a reset. That's when I've chosen to do this, which in the past 2 years has been 2 to 3 times a year. Obviously, if you're pregnant, don't do this. I mean, and also if you have had bariatric surgery because you require certain amounts of protein and other micronutrients. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice, but there are, in fact, a lot of medical professionals and doctors and physicians who know about this and who will suggest it to their clients. And some may even, prefer to have their patients be medically supervised. And then, unsurprisingly, there's probably even more doctors who have no idea about this. And, unfortunately, many doctors out there don't know much about nutrition. Another thing I wanted to mention is, and again, all of this is in these instructions. A lot of the questions are answered here, and I'm probably going to make a different Q&A video if you're curious and put it in the playlist. But you can have herbal teas. A tip that I'm going to give you is to, if you drink coffee, kind of start to wean off of it a few days to a week before, because you're not going to have it on this. They say that technically, if you must, you can have 1 8-ounce cup of coffee, but I'll be honest with you, if you want the most benefit to reset your system, don't do the coffee, don't do decaf, don't do anything except what is in this. It's only 5 days, and it's for the better cause of your health and your system and your body and rejuvenation, resetting, all of those things. And it will also help to reset your cravings, your taste buds. Caffeine is a drug, let's be honest. Some of us are more sensitive to it than others. Some of us have been having it so long, so regularly, that we don't realize how much it affects us. If you drink caffeine and you start this, then you are going to have a harder time, because caffeine does involve withdrawals. So you'll probably have a little bit of a harder time first 2-3 days, I would imagine. Just commit to it. You guys, it's only 5 days. It's really simple. Just commit to it. And if you need to zhuzh things up a little bit, add a little, like, cinnamon or garlic or whatever salt-free seasoning to your soup and stuff. And they even say that they don't recommend it, but if you must, you can put the equivalent to like a half a lemon squeeze in water to drink. Another hack that some people do that tides them over if they find that this is too difficult for the 5 days is sparkling water. Just make sure it has no flavoring, nothing, just sparkling carbonated water. No natural flavors, no added sugars or sweeteners or anything like that. I think that was all I wanted to mention. I really just wanted to show you guys this. Hi, what are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? For some reason, he likes being close by when I talk. If I'm talking, there always has to be a cat close by. Is it soothing to you? Hey, Bubba. So cute. All right, we are here in the afternoon. I had, well, the olives. I figured you know what olives look like. But we're going to have the tomato soup. So that's what it looks like. It's a powder. I'm going to just put in the microwave. I believe there's some soups you have to do on the stovetop because they have to simmer for like 15 minutes. I'm going to whisk it up like so. And that's a cup of water, by the way. We're going to whisk it up and we're going to put it in the microwave high for 2 minutes, wait 1 minute, stir, do it another minute. So I'm going to have this, probably have my crackers with it. I'm pretty hungry. I'm really hungry today, actually. I had a really big dinner last night, which I think, actually I kind of had 2 dinners. I had a really early dinner and then I had a fairly late dinner, which I usually don't eat that late, but that is what happened. And I think that's contributing to me being hungrier than usual today. So there's that for now. I'm going to put it in the microwave, have this with the crackers. I might as well open them to show you. All right, these are the almond kale crackers. They're actually really good. They smell really good, like oregano. And something else I'm going to do, since this video is going to end up pretty long today, and I'm already thinking of little things to add, is I'm going to make a blog post and put this on the website for my human website, which is truehealthtrifecta.com. So we're going to put this on there, and then, yeah, I'm just going to do a video every day, day 1 through 5, and then a final video to put on this playlist that I'm making. So I'm going to put a video out consecutively each day that I do this. But again, I'll link everything in the description below. I feel like I'm being such a broken record. I think the part is happening. You know, there is a brain foggy aspect, especially as you're kind of going through days 1 and 2 especially. So forgive me if I seem like I'm going through that right now, because I kind of feel like I am. And then all that's left for today is this chocolate crisp, this other bar, and another soup. And yeah, tea. So that's where we are. Quick update. We are having the minestrone soup. Minestrone, however you say it. This one does have to be cooked on the stovetop. I'm just gonna have this on its own, and all I have left for today is one of the L bars and this little treat, this little chocolate crisp bar. And I have my tea here. I already have my own water bottle that I did another tea in, but man, I am foggy. I'm foggy already. But yeah, this I didn't even use today, and you don't really need to. That's mainly for the L drink, which is days 2 through 5. I'm going to have the soup and then one of these, and I'll probably eat, I don't know, we'll see. I might just eat both after my soup because I'm pretty hungry, and I'll just make it a good point to get to bed early. I'm going to go for a walk. Oh, and this is cat food, by the way. I was waiting for Betty! Come here. Or no, who are you, Ronan? I am not with it right now. I am not with it, Roni Baloney. He's so cute. Right now, I feel pretty foggy. Pretty hungry, but the hunger part, honestly, that's another thing this teaches you, is it's okay to feel hungry. You'll get through it. You'll be all right. And by day 4 or 5, depending on the person, sometimes day 3, you feel pretty good. I mean, you feel clear-headed, energized, focused, all that stuff. Hi, Alfred. Okay, yeah, so that's it for now. I'm gonna have my soup, eat these at some point, and I'll probably just check in again when I take my nighttime glucose and ketone levels. And that's where we'll be. All right, it is about 3.5 hours after I ate my last thing. I had the L-bar. So it is about 9:20 p.m. I just took my blood, and ketones are at 0.6, and my glucose was at 75. I'm hungry. I felt kind of foggy-headed and cloudy the latter half of the day. You could probably hear it in my voice as the day went on. Puppy is here enjoying his dinner. So I am going to have a cup of tea that is not on the plan. I made some just lemon balm tea because you can't have herbal teas. So I'll probably, in addition to the teas they give, will at night have some lemon balm or some chamomile tea. Oh, and I didn't get any activity in today like I had planned when it comes to a super long walk. So I definitely didn't hit my steps today. Anyway, that was day 1. I will see you on day 2. Remember to subscribe if you want to keep getting the days in sequence. If you're watching this after I have posted everything, then I did create a PROLON playlist that will have all of these videos sequentially, and you can just watch them one after the other. I hope this is all helpful. Remember, I'll leave links for everything that I talk about, including any discount codes that I asked them for and they gave me for you guys watching Cat Lady Fitness, and you can click on the link in the description and use that coupon code for a discount off of your first PROLON box. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.